Guys, it's Travis here for Whack Gaming, doing the Monk Mists of Pandaria beta overview for the Windwalker and the Mistweaver. So let's head over to the training dummies and show you how everything works. Go into a little secluded training dummy. Okay. So first let's start with Windwalker and their normal cookie cutter abilities. They have Jab, which is your main generator. Okay, first you have two resources. One is energy, and one is chi. You use some abilities cost energy, and they do damage and create chi, and then other abilities use chi and deal damage. So Jab does a small amount of damage, generates 2 chi. Tiger Palm costs 1 chi, does a pretty decent amount of damage, and also puts 5% each time you use one. Grants Tiger Power, causing your attacks to ignore 5% of enemy armor. Stacks for 3 times and lasts for 20 seconds, so you can get a 15% bypass there. And Blackout Kick, which costs 2 chi. And apparently they changed it. That deals a blast of chi energy, 1600 to 2200 damage. It used to be below 50%. Now it's not. So yeah. Then there's Fist of Fury, 3 chi. Basically, it's a channeled stun, just to show you right here. That channeled thing, and it stuns the target. So yeah. And then one of the abilities they don't go over that should be in there is Rising Sun Kick. It's really cookie cutter. It's on 2 chi, 8-second cooldown, does a ton of damage, and also, after you use it, increases your damage by 10% for 15 seconds, so you can always have it up. And it also puts mortal wounds on the target, reducing their healing effectiveness by 25%. Keep in mind the numbers are a little bit exaggerated right now because I'm level 87 to go over the other abilities. So your normal rotation here is going to be more Jab, Jab, Tiger Palm. I meant Rising Sun, and then 3 Tiger Palms, and then Rising Sun. Then let's see, we have that Tiger Palm debuff. Now we can Blackout Kick all we like. Then we see that we're waiting for that Tiger Palm thing to go down. See that Tiger Palm's low, so now we're going to use a Tiger Palm to keep it up. Then you can always throw a Fist of Fury in somewhere. You also have another Kamek that every time you deal a little bit of damage, we have Tiger's Eye Brew. And it's a charge, and each charge gives you 2% extra damage per charge. So it stacks up to 10, so 20% damage at the top. And in order to use it, you have to use Tiger's Eye Brew, which basically just eats the stacks, and it's on a minute cooldown. Now to go over the talents. We have Clarity, which basically increases the maximum number of rolls you can do by 1 and lowers all the cooldowns of it. Momentum, each time you roll, or Chi Torpedo, which we'll tell you later, increases your movement speed by 25%, so it can be 50. It can go up to 50. So yeah. Then the other one is the one that I suggest is Tiger's Lust, which clears you of all mobilizing effects and increases your movement speed by 70% for 6 seconds and costs 1 chi. Next one, Chi Wave costs 2 chi, basically a heal, and it bounces to other allies. Chi Burst, torn of chi enemy energy, it heals you and does some damage. And the best one is Den Spear. It's basically hot, and it works really well, heals for a ton. Suggest you get that, cost 2 chi. Now I'm not sure about this tier, probably have the wrong one, but I'll go over it anyway. Power Strikes, basically when you jab, you gain an extra chi once every 20 seconds. So let's say I do a jab, I gain 3 chi, but then the next jab will only gain 2 because that ability only happens once every 20 seconds. And there's Ascension, which increases the maximum amount of chi you can have by 1, so you can have 5 chi bar instead of 4. And Chi Brew, which basically instantly gives you 4 chi, or to your max chi. Now the 61. We have Deadly Reach. I forgot to go over this ability. This is Paralysis, is a cost energy, and it's a melee CC. And if you're behind the target, it lasts for 6 seconds. And if you're in front of the target, it lasts for 3. It lasts for more here because this is not a player. So that makes it ranged. Very useful for gap closing. Charging Ox Wave. A mighty Ox effigy rushes forward in front of you, stunning all enemies within its path for 3 seconds. Not that good. I thought it was actually your charge, but it isn't, so not that good. Leg Sweep, 25-second cooldown, AoE 5-second stun. Now, you don't want this. It's either between these two. You can take either one. They're pretty good. I took Leg Sweep. The next one is Healing Elixirs. Anytime you drink from a brew or tea, you gain 10% of your total health. This effect cannot occur once every 15 seconds. Not that good. Then here's a good one, Dampen Harm. A minute and a half cooldown. You dampen damage and attacks. Basically, any attacks that do more than... any single abilities that do more than 10% of your health, their damage will be cut in half. And it lasts for 3 attacks. Diffuse Magic. Reduces all spell damage taken by 90% and clears all the magical effects, reversing them back to their original caster if within 40 yards. Lasts 6 seconds. I tried it. It sounds really good, but for some reason it's not working. 90 talents. Rushing Jade Wind. Basically, you toss 2 chi, you summon a crazy whirling tornado that does damage, and it increases the damage of your spinning crane kick, which is your AoE, costs energy and generates 1 chi. By 30%. And for 8 seconds after using this Rushing Jade Wind, your spinning crane kick makes you move at 200% speed, so move really fast. Then Invoke Exon of the White Tiger, basically just a DPS cooldown, kind of like Guardian Ancient Kings. Just summon a tiger to kill stuff for you. And Chi Torpedo. This replaces roll. A torpedo a distance in front of you, dealing damage to allies in the past. So basically it's just damage. Not that good. So yeah, that's the talents. Big list I'm not even going to go over because I'm not in the game yet. The only one I can tell you is Flying Serpent Kick, which is really good. I'll go over the Flying Serpent Kick real quick though in there. And the abilities of the monk. We have roll. It has 2 charges. You roll a short distance, and it goes on cooldown. The 17 seconds is just for 1 roll, so for both rolls, the cooldown is longer. Then there's Flying Serpent Kick. It basically propels you really far forward, but while you're being propelled forward, if you click it again, you land, and anybody in your radius will be slowed by 70%. So let's see how far we go from here. We go really far, as you see. We also have a ranged disarm. Basically, it takes their weapon for 10 seconds. Simple. Zen Meditation basically reduces all damage you take by 99% for spells, because if you're hit by a melee attack, it will cancel the effect. And you can't move. I don't think so. That sucks. Energizing Brew, which regenerates 60 energy over 6 seconds, can only be used while in combat. Pretty useful. Now, Flying Serpent Kick set, let me show you what happens if you land it. So now we're going to click it again. See, we land it, the shockwave, that would slow the person. Let's go to Windwalker. We have Disable, which costs 15 energy and reduces their movement speed by 15%, and the second one roots them. Here's the best part of it. If Disable is on the target and the monk's near them, it will be constantly reapplied without you using it. Awesome. Expel Harm, really nice thing. It just deals damage to them and heals you and gives you 2 chi. So it's a really nice thing that if you're running away, you can use that and then get your spear up so you can get way more healing. My max health is 161k and I'm getting 9k per take on Zen Spear. What else? Path of Blossoms, basically this range thing that goes in front of you. It doesn't help that way. Path of Blossoms. Never mind, it's I guess they made it. They changed it. You create a fire blossom at your feet every 1 second for 3 seconds. The fire blossom will last 10 seconds and people take a lot of damage if they run into it. Useful. Provoke. You mock the target, causing them to rush towards you. Okay, so that's a that is a taunt. We also have our buffs, which is basically for Windwalker Mastery. Wait, no. I changed it to crit. Crit and overall stats. Then we have Touch of Death, can only be used on NPCs, and it one-shots them. Costs 3 chi, but it can only be used on something less than your health. Spinning Fire Blossom Windwalker ability, you shoot something in front of you, it stuns, it roots the target and hurts them for 2 seconds. If you hit them, but it's really hard to aim, so yeah. Really good ability, Touch of Power for Windwalker. All damage you take is redirected to the enemy target over 6 seconds instead of you. Damage cannot exceed your total health. Lasts 10 seconds. That's a little bit tricky wording there. It says 6 but then say last 10. But really awesome, costs 2 chi. Really good defensive cooldown. Or offensive if you don't want to take damage. Awesome. Now the 87 ability is Transcendence. It's kind of like Demon Teleport. Plop something down here. That's my spirit now. Walk away. Use Transcendence Transfer. And go back. The thing that's different about Demon Tele is that you actually gain a spot up here now so that you can teleport back. So it's a little bit different. Zen Privilege is... we have an instant cast. Wait, what? Spirit travels to the peak of the Sarian, leaving your body behind. Using Zen will return you. Your spirit travels to the peak of Serenity in Pandarian, leaving your body behind. Use Zen prayers again to return where you were. Wow, I've never seen this before. Let's try it out. Looks cool. Whoa. Let's see what happens. Didn't see this. Apparently bringing my spirit here, not my body. Okay. Apparently we are in a place now. Oh, this is where you go to your monk trainer. How do I reset the balance? How do I reset my class specialization? Interesting. We're gonna click it again. So let's get a quick view for the players. Ooh, interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna go over about 2 more abilities, and then I'm gonna switch to the Mistweaver real fast. I'm actually probably going to do Mistweaver in another ability, another video, so this wasn't where I was exactly. Don't DC me, goddammit, thank you. Healing Spear, 60 energy, put a spear in front of you, or anywhere, and you heal. When you rock over it, you can just put it on top of you, and then you get an instant heal. And then Crackling Jade Lightning, which is like a ranged thing that has a chance to generate wind chi. It does barely any damage, not that useful. So yeah, that's it for Windwalker. Hope you guys like it. Gonna do the other one next.